right in and start off with some questions. So you have stated before that the Burton D. Morgan Center for Entrepreneurship will bring together all of Purdue's efforts to put the university's research into the marketplace. So it seems that you have really made an effort to turn Purdue University into more of a business university, not necessarily just an academic university. So if this statement is true, what is your reasoning for wanting to do this?
I believe, for several reasons, exposing the university and students in particular to the ideas of innovation and entrepreneurship is really important.
Okay.
And now, why is it really important? I think one of the great challenges facing the state of Indiana, and for that matter the country, is trying to develop an economy, a modern economy, that responds to the changing structure of our economy. Historically, lots of jobs in the United States were created in manufacturing and other industries that, because of international economic competitive pressures, are being exported, or because of new technology and efficiencies, it takes fewer people to make something or do something. We need to pay a lot of attention to the creation of new jobs, and I believe that modern science and technology is a source of enormous economic opportunity, including jobs. So I think it's important for Purdue as a public university to harness its talents, the talents of its students and faculty, its research capabilities, in a way that contributes to economic growth and development. And I think, second, that students who are educated in an environment that pays attention to that kind of entrepreneurial activity, that kind of innovation-driven economic development, will be better students. Third, I'm convinced that both the students and the people of Indiana want us to do this. I think it's a very important objective. I also think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So for all of these reasons, I've tried to make innovation, entrepreneurial activity, economic development an element of the larger strategic plan of Purdue.
Okay.
But make no mistake that the first priorities are the education of students and the carrying out of research. We're not converting the university into a business university, and therefore not paying attention to these other top priorities of education and research.
Yeah. But you do find that the entrepreneurship program through Purdue is a very important program.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it attracts some pretty interesting students. My experience has been that entrepreneurs, and by entrepreneur I mean people who take risks to accomplish things. Sometimes they're purely economic things, create businesses and jobs and make money. Sometimes entrepreneurs take risks to change social service organizations or just to make the world better. I find they're very interesting people, and so it's sort of fun to be associated with that kind of activity. And second, I think we know something about the activities, the behavior of such people, and those lessons are worth learning for almost everybody.
Next question. You've also stated in the past that the center not only will house initiatives in entrepreneurism, but it will also form the critical link between Purdue and Indiana's economy, which you have stated before. How did you kind of think about that link, or what made that link become obvious to you?
This goes back almost a decade now, 10 years ago, when there was a lot of discussion in Indiana about the need to respond to the changing structure of Indiana's economy and the need to create new opportunities. There was a widespread consensus that there were huge opportunities for Indiana in the life sciences, in advanced manufacturing, and in what I'll call modern digital technology, information technology. But in addition, Indiana had to become much more entrepreneurial, much more innovation-driven. We had to create more small businesses, and particularly small businesses that had their roots in modern science and technology. Well, with that backdrop, when I came as president, we had the opportunity for a major investment from the Lilly Endowment. And out of that opportunity came the idea of Discovery Park, where we had a nanotechnology center, a bioscience center, an e-enterprise center, and Burton D. Morgan Center for Entrepreneurship. And at the same time we were having those discussions with the Lilly Endowment, one of our alums, Burton D. Morgan, expressed an interest in helping expand the opportunities for students related to entrepreneurship. So all of that came together in the idea of Discovery Park, and the first facility we built at Discovery Park was, in fact, the Burton D. Morgan Center for Entrepreneurship. And we saw that center as having 2 or 3 major focuses. First, exposing students and faculty to the ideas of entrepreneurship, and out of that came the certificate program. Second, we wanted to create a vehicle by which the ideas that were developed in Discovery Park, the research ideas, could be tested, evaluated for commercialization potential. That was a second goal for the Entrepreneurship Center. And then third, we hoped that this center would spur deeper studies, research by faculty and others into the whole innovation chain, and whether we could, by that kind of research, make Purdue more effective in its translating discoveries into reality.
In class, we have talked a lot about how it can sometimes be difficult to lead a group of employees to feel the same sense of ownership or the passion for a business, program, company. If necessary, how do you encompass change and lead others to accomplish the same goals that you might see for the future?
I think a certain honesty is really warranted. And second, my experience is if you actually have a good set of ideas and a good plan, people want to be part of it. The skills of successful entrepreneurs are really valuable in almost every walk of life. Whether you own your own business, whether you work in a large corporation, whether you teach or whatever, I think these skills are very important. Second, there's a lot to be learned from observing successful entrepreneurs and how they do what they do. And the third one is work at it, practice, learn. One of the great things about a university is you can learn things and master them and not have to get an A on every exam. I mean, you can grow and develop and make a few mistakes, but if you work at it and you learn and you practice, I think these are all skills that can be developed, and the result for the individual doing it is wonderful. Life becomes more interesting. And second, it empowers you to make a real contribution to the society. So do it.